Hello everybody, my name is Rago with Rago Fabrication. Today we have a first gen Toyota Sequoia and we're going to be going over the installation video of our MSP panels. Let's get started. So to begin this install, we're going to bench assemble it, and we're simply going to start in the back. And as you can see, there's pre-threaded nuts on here, and we're going to go ahead and take our supplied hardware, and simply thread it in. Next, we're going to start on the front here. Like the other bracket, these are pre-threaded. What we're going to do is just lift it up and get your supplied hardware. The next step, we're going to take this bracket and put it underneath here and simply put our supplied hardware through here. We're simply going to install this bracket onto this panel, and it's going to install underneath the panel like so. And you want to line up your holes, and we're going to do the same thing for these as we did these. Is just put in the bolts here, and flip this over so you guys can see like this. Install a washer as well as a nut. We're still able, it's snug, but we can still adjust it if we need to. To begin this install, we're simply going to remove a couple items from the vehicle. We're going to remove this cover here, remove this seat belt over here. We're going to continue to remove this handle and this front cover here. We're simply going to take our flat screwdriver or a little pocket screwdriver, pry the panel, and then proceed with the 10mm ratchet and unscrew this screw. Next, we're going to move up to the seat belt here. We're simply going to put our screwdriver in between this seam here, lift it up, get your 14mm socket, and proceed to remove that. We're going to remove the handle. We're simply going to take a screwdriver, put it underneath this plastic here, and pry off. I'm going to scoot it down. We're going to do the same for this side here. We're not going to reuse this handle, so if it gets ruined, it won't matter. Then we're going to take our 10mm socket and simply unscrew it. Save these metal pieces behind here because we're going to reuse those. So for this side of the vehicle, we're going to take our 1.5 inch spacers. This is the driver's side. On the passenger side, they're 2-inch spacers. These are billet aluminum, and they simply just thread into the factory locations here and then one here. If your hands aren't very strong, what you can do is just get a rag and pliers so you don't mar it, and just snug them down the best you can. So earlier in the video, we removed our handles up top, and when you remove the handles, we have the factory screws, and there should be a metal plate there. We're going to reuse these. So we're just going to simply unscrew the handle from the base plate, came from the factory, and reuse these. We're not going to use the plastic or the handle. What we're going to do is put the plate behind the bracket and then put it up into place and reuse these factory screws. You might want to get a friend if to hold it up so you don't cross thread these screws here. You just want to get these started so the panel can hang. Then you just want to get the metric screws that go into the spacers. Go ahead and lift up. And this is when you want that adjustment there, and you want to be able to slide this panel so you can adjust for the brackets here. Tighten up. There you go. All the way. So now that all these are loose, what we want to do is center up the panel. As you can see, it's adjustable, and we're going to start by tightening up these top bolts here. Then we're going to go ahead and tighten up these bolts down here. If you need to lift them up, lift up the panel a little to square it up, go ahead and do so. So as you can see, we have it fully installed, and this is very rigid. Literally moving the car, it's not going anywhere. All the gaps are even. All the bolts are tightened, and when you're done, you can mount things after. It's not a problem to put your hands in here, snap the buttons. You could do it before. You can also install it by just unscrewing these 4 bolts and take it off and installing things on and off if you choose. We also make a shelf that goes across, that's adjustable, linear through these bolt patterns. So you can put items such as blankets, sleeping bags, food items such as bread so it doesn't get smashed, and so forth, so on. So go to ragofabrication.com and check out our system, and pretty soon we're going to have the install video for the shelf. Stay tuned.